Good morning, dear friend. This is the Saturday version of this thing of ours, the 22nd day of June in the year 2024, Common Era. For those of you who are keeping track at home, who want me to specify specifically the year, one can never be too precise as far as I'm concerned. Let me remind you that it is now 136 days until the election. Do you hear what I'm saying? 136 days. Now, I think you know what that means. And if you watch any of the conservative TV shows, which I'm telling you, do not do it, but then again, this is as close to it as most people get, which interestingly is the subject of today's show. It's how people don't really understand what's happening. They really don't get it. And we live in this kind of a superficial world of, yeah, I'm a news junkie. I watch Fox News. Yeah, I know what's going on. What do you think about the Houthis? Who? And the blowfish? What? Hezbollah? No. I don't know. I'll let Steve Ducey tell me. I don't know. But we got the debate coming. Ha ha ha. I hope he can make it. Okay, fine. That's it. And let me tell you something right now. Listen to me and listen good. If there was absolutely positive proof of there being voter irregularity or election theft, Fox News wouldn't say a word because of the Dominion and Smartmatic suits. So same thing with Newsmax. Oh, Newsmax, they're trying a new IPO just to stave off bankruptcy, apparently because of charges they've got coming. Let me say this again. If there was absolute, I mean, if they kidnapped Dinesh D'Souza and put him into what they, I mean, forget the mules and the, I mean, if they said we're stealing the election, Fox News would say nothing, because they're so freaked. The Dominion lawsuit changed everything. That subject is closed. Just like the subject dealing with that feller who had that unfortunate event happening in a certain federal holding cell. Nobody's talked about that. Nothing. But they're conservatives. They're Fox News. Have you heard one person on any platform whatsoever, Congress, left, right, Democrat, Republican, House, Senate, mention geoengineering, what they're spraying? No. So I don't know what they're talking about. They talk about certain, and they talk about Fauci. They do this pretend stuff. American conservatism is run by cowards and bought off. People always talk about, what about the Israeli lobby? There's this shadow government lobby. They're owned. You don't understand something. The government is corrupt. They are owned. The border debate, the border attack is an inside job. So you and I could talk about the debate all we want. That's kind of fun and that's kind of neat, but it doesn't really matter. America really doesn't want to talk about what's really critical. Now, my friends, before we begin, let me say, first of all, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you guarantee that you are subscribed. Make sure, above all, more than anything else, make sure that you are in the position of liking the videos. I can't say it enough. Your liking the videos changes everything. We have a rough road to hoe because nobody likes us, because we don't like anybody. Sorry, but nobody's really doing the job they should. They have moments. It's like going to a restaurant and this dish is good, but the rest stinks. So pay attention, my friends. Let's talk about something which is really critical: privacy, the ability to keep all of your stuff away from prying eyes, and the way to use virtual shield and VPNs to perhaps secure great deals. Listen, do you remember a while back the world's most famous celebrities and billionaires were outraged because the internet used apps to stalk their flight routes of their private jets? Remember that? And with these apps, anyone could track the celebrities' flight routes nearly in real time. But new legislation by Congress, of course, has made that illegal, allowing the rich and famous to anonymize their jet flight and make it impossible to track them. Well, unfortunately, when regular citizens like you and me complain about our privacy, the government does nothing about it. That's why I protect my personal data with today's sponsor, Virtual Shield, and I absolutely love the security I get with them. Virtual Shield helps protect my private information, browsing history, and internet activity from cyber criminals, hackers, tech corporations, ISPs, and more. It only takes 2 clicks on my laptop or phone to protect me with their flagship tools like Virtual Shield's VPN, which features anonymous browsing, ad blocking, a strict no-log policy, military-grade encryption, unlimited bandwidth, unlimited devices, and much, much more. Thanks again to Virtual Shield for sponsoring Lionel Nation, and be sure to sign up by visiting virtualshield.com/Lionel, or simply click the link in the description below, because every sign up with that link gets you up to 67% off and a 60-day risk-free trial. My friends, we are in a war, and the war is against the people in our country, fellow citizens, news folks, and the like. Now, what I'm about to say, you're not going to like, so I'm just telling you right now, go away. If your sensitivities are such. Republicans today are the biggest mouthed people who have no clue as to what's going on, but they yell the loudest. Democrats are really nowhere to be found. Democrats, face it, are nowhere to be found. They hate Trump. You will never hear a Rachel Maddow promote a particular ideology or thinking separate and distinct from just attacking Trump. Never. They don't exist. They're like antimatter. They're the anti. They exist as the intellectual and spiritual negation of what we do. Period. Period. You got what I'm saying? Period. Okay. And the worst of the worst of the worst are the groups who think they're Republicans and think they're conservatives, and they're not. Let me tell you how it works. They're like this. If you've ever been at a company, your day one is saying, "Hi, Ariel, welcome aboard." Go see Marjorie in HR. It used to be called employment or whatever it was called, personnel, and you get a packet. Here's your door code. Here's your HR stuff. Here's your whatever, and you get your thing. Well, when you say, "I want to be a conservative," great. Here's your packet. We want you to watch Fox News. I want you to watch that. And just don't watch Fox News. And whatever they say, you do, okay? Here's your Israel button. Just wear it. Here's your Ukraine button. Wear it. Minor exception, but because it's anti-Putin. Here's obviously your Trump button with some reservations. And here's your only issues to talk about: border, crime, economy, and we'll keep that open. And that's about it. Thank you. That's it. Those topics, stick to it. That's it. And you'll be just fine. Very simple. Very, very, very simple. Remember, one of the things, if you want to be a part of this Republican group, you must understand this. Number one, whenever anything happens involving the Middle East or Israel, you do an Ainsley, like, well, that's war, and that's it. No depth. Just wear your Israel flag. Don't go there. Don't go there. Just stay away from it. Just You're not going to hear anything on Fox News or anything ever talk about anything about that. Like you're not going to hear anything about campaign. There's certain things you aren't going to talk about. There's the Israeli lobby. There's the Dominion lobby. There's the there's other lobbies as well that nobody cares about. Climate change, the trans lobbies, all these lobbies. But this is a third rail. You don't say anything. Do you understand what I'm saying? Listen to what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. There will be no test. Don't worry about it. We're not talking about it. Anything that is said in any way, remember this, write this down. Anything that is said, anything contrary to an active dog in the back of the car obeisance to Bibi Netanyahu is anti-Semitism. Write that down. Anything anti-Likud, anti-Semitism. Anti-Netanyahu, anti-Semitism. Questioning, anti-Semitism. You got that? Anti-Semitism. Remember this. Write this down. Write this down. Don't ask any questions. You want to be a good conservative? Write this down. Don't worry. Nobody's going to test you on this. Nobody. Just remember, just move along. You'll get along great. You'll go to all the Christmas parties. You'll do great at Fox. Maybe Newsmax, if they're still around, you can go to their Christmas party. You can mingle, put your flag on. Don't ask any questions. That's it. Remember, all of it is anti-Semitism. Number 2, anytime you even suggest for a moment, that maybe some of the stuff going on might not be fair or accurate or humane, you are pro-Hamas. Remember what we're saying. Let's make sure we go through this very, very carefully. If you were to even, God forbid, suggest anything even remotely sympathetic or indicative of concern for the people of either Palestinians or Gaza, you are pro-Hamas. Any questions? These rules are this is it. And nobody will question you in conservative circles. You're fine. You'll be invited to the Christmas party. You'll do just great. Because nobody's going to question you. You don't have to know anything about this. Just remember this. Anti-Bibi, anti-Likud, quote, anti-Israel, even though there are people in Israel who are against this, is anti-Semitic. And anything in favor of or in support of or even empathic towards the people of Gaza is, of course, remember, this is critical to note, this is pro-Hamas. It's very simple. Now, any questions? Don't think so. That's the way it goes. And you can say whatever you want, whatever. And if you think TDS is something, if you think Trump derangement syndrome is something, let me tell you something. Trump derangement syndrome is nothing compared to this. Nothing. And let me just tell you something. I'm not saying you have to be anything. You don't have to be anti, quote, Israel, even though you're not. If you are not 100% on board, you're anti-Semitic. That simple. I mean, it's like nothing you have ever seen before. Just remember that. Ryan says, same thing with expressing critical thinking on Ukraine. Automatically, you're pro-Kremlin. Oh, absolutely, Ryan. Absolutely. Now, remember, that's if you're in the group of these morons who fancy themselves as seeing everything not complex, just very simple. For example, if you want to get into Mexican food, Rick Bayless can do a 12-part series on mole. Or you can go to Taco Bell. Fox News is Taco Bell. Simple. Nachos, Mexican food. That's it. That's it. That's it. It's not even low-hanging fruit. Simple. 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 If you hand to somebody and say, here, by the way, here, roughly, this is my dollar, was Dollar Tree, now it's $1.25. Find Israel on here or Gaza. You can't even see it on this. Show me where it is. Show me where it is. Americans don't know about it. We don't care about it. There's one thing you won't see on TV, maps. No. Number one. And the morons who are running around, they're conservatives. They're Fox News groupies. They don't know anything. They know nothing about this. And if you say, this is not, do you understand this is one of the most, again, think of it in terms of Mexican food versus Taco Bell. Mexican food, Oaxacan this, mole sauce, the north, the south, the use of I know you want to talk about this, but crickets or bugs or this or that, or the different states and different Matamoros and the styles and the Taco Bell. Take a number 3 with a burrito. That's it. That's American conservatism. That's it. Simple. Very simple. Okay? That's rule number 1. Now, today, there is a wonderful article which is unbelievable. And it's in the Washington Post. And you know how to get around paywalls, I hope, because I ain't going to pay for that. Yemen's Houthis undeterred by U.S. campaign to halt Red Sea attacks. Do you know who the Houthis are? Do you know where the Houthis in Sana'a? What? Who? The Houthis. The Houthis? What the hell's the Houthis? That's America. That's America. Houthis? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. There's this wonderful little place. Remember, you got to go to maps. I don't read maps. I'm Fox News. I'm Newsmax for a while. I don't know what you're talking about. Are they good guys or bad guys? Well, Saudi Arabia, are they good guys? Does Israel like them? No, bad guys. That's it. Bad guys. In the Gulf of Aden, right it's Somalia to the left. You've got Yemen here. You got Saudi Arabia is right above Yemen. It's right there. Oman, Emirates over here. But right there is called Bab el Mandeb. They call it the gates of misery. It's this little tiny area right there. It's there. And it goes right up the Red Sea, Suez Canal. It's, oh my God. It is the most critical thing anybody's ever seen in your life. It's right there. The Bab el Mandeb. This one little, you got to see it. And the Houthis, oh man, these guys have motorboats and drones, and you take one ship, one ship, scuttled, shuttered, that's it. Can't get insurance. They're in charge of everything. They're nothing compared to Hezbollah. You hear that on Fox News? Of course not. They're Taco Bell. Low-hanging fruit. Simple. That's conservatism. I'm for Trump. Whatever. Or as Ainsley said, it's war. But, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I'm pro-life. What about the lives of the children? Well, that's war. Wait a minute. What? Wait a minute. What? You see, our enemy, I know you're not going to believe it, are conservatives. Democrats, we know who they are. They're there. They're there. We enemies are like at a weird level. It's the group of people who waste our time clogging up the toilet. The people who keep trying to flush things down the toilet, who keep clogging stuff up, that's the Fox News crowd. They're simplifying. And when you tell people this, they go berserk. Let me tell you something. You're going to find out who your friends are. I have 3 friends of mine. One I've known 50 plus years, all in their 50s, 50 plus years. All of us, well, I don't agree with any of them, and they know this, but I don't care. We are friends for life. We kid each other. I always tell one person, you know what? I said, let me tell you something. I said, I am voting for Biden. And he knows I'm kidding. Why? I said, are you kidding? Did you see him at the G7? Fantastic. I was proud to be an American. And we laugh about it. Those are very rare. Now, most people, I've got people I know who are just they're crazy. Whether it's, I don't know what they're just crazy. They just don't want to hear anything. So anyway, the good news, unfortunate, or the good news one way or the other, regarding Israel in this country is basically there's a blackout. Left and right. So you don't have to worry about anything. It's basically a blackout. It really is. I don't know how to tell you this. It's just they're actually going after presidents of universities and people who say things at a university, and they're being crushed because they're quote anti-Semitic. Or I don't want to spend too much time because nobody cares about that. So first rule is nobody cares about that. Okay, so put that over here. Taco Bell. Houthis, Hezbollah, what? Al-Aqsa, what? What are you talking about? I don't know. Whatever. Taco Bell. Number 2. The people who run, the people who are actually promoting the destruction of sovereignty are the Democrats, along with the Republicans. Jim Jordan. Josh Hawley, John Kennedy, let me see who else. Ted Cruz. Covers. They run cover. They run cover for the bad guys. These are the worst of the worst of the worst. It's an inside job. You would never, ever be able to accomplish this unless the Republicans and the Democrats were like this. Period. Do you hear what I'm saying? Rule number 2. Do you mean to tell me there's nothing the Republicans can do? Nope. Really? Nope. No. Nope. Barry Taylor, lady, like Nuremberg, will the World Economic Forum ever be held for crimes against humanity? Barry, with all due respect, my friends, the World Economic Forum hasn't done anything. It's just a think tank. It's just a think tank. You think Bilderberg, Von Mises groups, the Mont Pelerin, you think CFR, and they're just think tanks. They haven't done anything. I'll be the first one to defend Klaus Schwab. You're just promoting ideas. Oh, no. Oh, no. You see, there was a time in this country when in the 1950s, in the middle of the Cold War, if you were suspected of being a commie, they came down on you like a ton of bricks. And let me explain something to you. All those people from Dalton Trumbo to Oppenheimer to all these others, these are commies. Don't kid yourself. Don't even, they are, and I don't mean communists like we love the idea of, what is it called? A managed economy. No. Pro-Soviet Union, the whole bit. We were at war. This was serious business. So don't think for a moment that, Well, they gave Oppenheimer. It's a commie. And all these people whitewashing this, like Robert Downey Jr. and all these being a part of this nonsense, you're still doing it because of the fact that there was this special place in their heart regarding Uncle Joe, up to and including FDR. Look, that was then. This is moot, okay? But what I'm trying to say was at the time, this country was, 100% behind this. But here we have immigrants. We have happy wanderers. We have wonderful people. They're wonderful people. They're not doing anything. They're wonderful people. And they're coming here. You couldn't have this unless the Republicans are in on it. It's an inside job, folks. Absolutely, positively. Every single day. If the Republicans said, we're going to stop this, they could stop it. They would logjam legislation. They would be on TV every day. They would have vigils at the border. They would drive you crazy with this. If the Republicans wanted to stop this, with or without Trump, they'd be to the point where Biden would say, okay, we'll close the border. Jesus Christ, what are you? Okay. They don't do that. They're not even remotely interested in this. They're paid off. It's rigged. And they'll tell you, well, I'm not paid off. Of course you're not. You're in Washington. Bring in the usual suspects. Marjorie, come here. Bring in Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie, do your thing. Right now, yeah, do your thing. Do your... We're going to do it. Good. That's good for a few laughs. Matt Gaetz. Oh, keep an eye on Matt Gaetz. Remember what I told you about him? Remember? Pay attention. It's coming. Told you. That's okay. People, I like Matt Gaetz. That's another thing, too, about the Republicans. I like him. He's my friend. I watch him all the time. I like Mark Levin. I like them show. I like Jesse Waters. I don't like the ideas, the ideology. I like a show. As they say, I like the Yankees. Why? I like their parking lot. You like their parking lot? Yeah. It's a nice parking lot. You like the parking? What does a parking lot have to do with baseball? I like the parking lot. Okay. I like Jesse Waters. What does Jesse Waters have to do with Republicans? I like Jesse Waters. Okay. All right. I can't help you there. They like Jesse Waters. What does Jesse want? I don't know. They think that Fox News is I don't know. I like Jesse. Okay, you like Jesse Waters. For God's sake. Enough with this. I like Jesse Waters. That's where we are today. That's the classic. That's American conservatism. And these groups, they know nothing. They love hacks. They love the usual suspects over and over again. How many times are you going to hear Victor Davis Hanson? Well, he does some good stuff, but it's like, what is that about? Okay, that's interesting. He's not a member. He wasn't elected to anything. I like Victor. I know you like Victor Davis Hanson. That's nice. That's good. I like Jordan Peterson. Okay, great. I like Tucker Carlson. What is this? We're into people. What does Tucker Carlson have to do with anything? You want to talk about the platform? No. I want to talk about Tucker. I like Tucker. I like Candace Owens. Do you support her position regarding Israel? What? Do you support Candace Owens in her position with her fighting with Ben Shapiro regarding Israel? What? Oh, for God's sake. That's where I am today. What do you do? I'm a conservative. I'm a Republican. I watch Fox News. And I like Trump. Okay, that we agree on. All right, good. We like Trump. That's good. Why do you like Trump? Make America great again. Okay, fine. Yeah, I can read. What in particular is he good? I like him. Okay, good. That's where we are right now. I was at an event the other night. I think I told you this. This is where you love this is one logjam. Abortion. Most worthless issue anybody's ever seen. Abortion. Abortion. I'm afraid they're gonna get abortion. What was that? I'm afraid of woman's right to abortion. The woman then convince your state not to do it. Huh? Convince your state not to abolish abortion. It's a states' right thing. That's what Dobbs said. No, it's Roe. No, moron. Roe was actually repealed by Casey, and Dobbs merely said there is no substantive due process right to privacy. So do what you want, just like with the death penalty. What? Oh, for God's sake. So, and the right will say, I'm for right for life, right to life. It's a human being. Okay. So what do you want? I want to ban abortion. You want to ban abortion? Yeah. So if your daughter gets knocked up by some immigrant that she met at a club, some illegal who happens to be there, let's give it the worst case scenario. Or the guy who mows your lawn, and little Morgan is not going to be able to continue her lacrosse scholarship at Syracuse, where Jim Brown went, by the way. You're gonna say, oh no, you're gonna have the baby. Oh no, you're gonna have that baby. You're gonna have that baby from that guy, from Pedro, the guy who mows the lawn. Yeah, that guy. And you're gonna give away everything. You're gonna have a baby, and we're gonna take our bloodline and have that thing sullied by. Oh yeah, right. Don't even make me laugh. Little Morgan's gonna be on that prank or that plane. She'll be taken care of. It'll be like nothing happened. She'll get a little work to. Hey, you want to get a little nose job? Yeah. And while you're there, we're gonna fix that little parasite in you called a Pedro's kid. There, the hypocrisy of these people, and you want to put women in prison. No. Yes, you do, because you want to make abortion illegal. Well, what does that mean if it's illegal? You want to put women in prison? Is that what you want to do? You out of your mind? Have you thought about this? No. I watch Fox News. Okay, good. There you go. That's where we are. Think I'm being harsh? I haven't even gotten started yet. And in the meantime, how many Chinese corporations own farmland in this country? You've heard what? Hey, Josh Hawley, how many Chinese concerns or corporations own millions and millions of acres of American farmland that can affect our food supply? Not to mention the effect that Ukraine and the grain belt's going to have. Any idea? No. What are we looking at in terms of a food emergency in this country? Any idea? No. Anybody talking about that? No. Because we're the world's breadbasket, right? We never have to worry about that. Nothing could ever go wrong, right? Right? Wrong. Preparewithlionel.com. Listen, it's no longer a question of if something catastrophic is coming, it's when. And what are you going to be doing about it to prepare now? Your first step is going to my website, preparewithlionel.com. Preparewithlionel.com. And for a limited time, enjoy their special partner offer. Take $50 off a 4-week or $100 off a 3-month emergency food supply. You decide, but act now. My Patriot Supply is equipped to help you and your family prepare. They've helped over 2 million families already, and they're simply the best. These 4-week starter kits provide over 2,000 calories every day, 16 varieties, 25-year shelf life, breakfast, lunches, dinners, snacks, everything, you name it. And they're sealed inside 2 rugged waterproof buckets and over 31 pounds of food. But the best deal, what I recommend, is the 3-month supply. But anyway, it's your choice, but act now. Take advantage now, and preparewithlionel.com is where you should go. Preparewithlionel.com. Now, my friend, I don't mean to do this again, but I must because I've got to impress upon you something critical. I need these likes. That's all I'm going to tell you. All I'm going to tell you. We must up the likes. I know that what I have to say is not appreciated. I realize this. I recognize this. I understand it. I've made a commitment to the truth. I've made it. I understand it. It's lonely here because you piss off everybody because nobody's getting it right. We have to triangulate. We're going to say, you're okay with that, but we got to go a little bit further. You're okay with that one, but that doesn't really touch it. Americans don't know history. Americans don't watch. They kind of sort of know things a little bit. And people who find themselves, I'm a political junkie. Well, you might be a junkie more than whatever. And we see this on a regular basis, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. We see it all the time. I don't know how to say it any more than what I'm saying right now. So we need your help with this. I'm not out trying to say the usual suspects. We need to start to just start from scratch and to bring people in. We need to have summer camps. We need to train people and say, let us start with what we've said to you before. We've said before, we are a democracy. Americans don't know history. Start with this. Before we get to the parties, before we get to left or right and all that, that's an illusion. That's an illusion. That's just the idea that there's this left and right, this paradigm of left or right, this illusion. Carol Quigley talked about it. Everybody does it. It's two sides of the same coin. Barry Taylor, our friend across the pond, says, I understand the WEF exercises free speech. It's the context and manner in which they promote these ideas. They do it legally, though, Barry. Thank you, but they do it legally. They go, well, they tell you flat out, this is what we want to do. Good for you. We want you to eat bugs. They'll tell you. You will have nothing and you will like it. Thank you. They're not hiding anything. They're not hiding anything. Nothing. I can't say it enough. Bilderberg. G7. Whatever. You say whatever you want. They're thank God for the World Economic Forum. Thank God for Schwab and these people that tell you specifically what they want. You are confusing them with government. Granted, you might say, well, they pretty much draft the government. That's true. But in the meantime, we have these people like Jim Jordan. He's the biggest con of them all. And America's fall for that. What has this man accomplished? What has Marjorie Taylor Greene ever done? She's great. She's got a career on TV. She's set for life with that. I mean, she just, I mean, despite her gaffes and everything, she's box office. What has she done for this country? Nothing. Nothing. Do you think Marjorie Taylor Greene understands international relations? Do you think this woman in any way, she talks about things like maybe she was right about kind of Ukraine, but do you think folks grasp that? Do you think so? Do you think if I were to explain to you the notion, do you think Americans understand NATO? No. Now, Trump, thank God, Trump at least understands things maybe intuitively, maybe organically, maybe at a level that he understands them. NATO is a joke. NATO is a con. NATO is this thing called NATO. NATO's money. NATO is protecting against the great Soviet threat. There is no Soviet Union. Yeah, but still. What do you mean still? That was the biggest moneymaker ever. These are old Cold Warriors. You call them neocons. You call them whatever you want. You want to join NATO? Yeah. Well, I got to cost you to get in. It's like having a McDonald's franchise. You got to buy our napkins, our spuds, our this, our straws, in order to be a part of this. You want to do this? You want to join it? Great. Terrific. Join us. You got it? Join us. And we'll keep you, we'll protect you from the Russians. From the Russians? Yeah. The Russians pose a threat to us? Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that Putin. Just look at him talking to North Korea. Trump talked to North Korea. Well, that's different. Oh, and you want to keep messing around with Trump with Putin, and you want to engage this man. He has told you, listen, please don't push me into this. But if we ever feel an existential threat, we will show you tactical nuclear weapons. I don't know how clear this has got to be. Nobody even talks about this. He said this. Have you ever known this man to bluff? No. Why are you messing with a man? Why? I don't know. We have to start from the beginning. What is it that we want? America first. I mentioned the American system the other day. Henry Clay. Remember this? Post 1812. National Bank, protective tariffs, and they called it roads and canals, but actually infrastructure. That's what we need. What do we care about this? What do we care about this? International relations, IR, foreign relations, is fueled by the military-industrial complex that Dwight D. Eisenhower told us about, and the billions and billions of money in it. And as long as it's there, it's there. Now, here's something even more interesting. And this is where I lose them. I can see me going to that. Have you seen that morning show, Jadrules? This is my favorite. The Fox News, the quartet. Oh my God. Oh my God. This looks like a 12-step program for a pathology nobody's even defined yet. Like General just screwed up. Okay, let me explain this to you. The two biggest industries in the world right now that businesses and globalists and shadow government ghouls are involved in is extortion and human trafficking. And human trafficking takes on, because you have child and everything out there. Right? So that's it. Extortion. Extortion is the biggest. Extortion is, I own you. I own you. I own you. Where's Miranda Devine? The laptop from hell. How many times have people said, the laptop from hell? Thank you, Miranda. That was her one shot at it. That was her thing. Hunter's laptop. Okay. Let me ask you something. What do you think was really on it? And the stuff that was on it that people already knew. Who do you think has that? Who do you think has that? Guess. Guess. Who do you think has that? Who do you think has that? Who do you think has? Whoever has the dirt on us owns everything. That feller who met his sad and untimely demise in a federal jail cell, holding cell. Who do you think has his information? Guess. Who do you think has that? Guess. Isn't that something? Who do you think has that? Do you know what I can do with that? You know what I can do with that? Oh my God. Who do you think, when somebody says, you know, there's this stranglehold that certain countries and interests have, it's almost like they have lobbies. What do you think motivates the lobbies? Whatever the lobbies, whether it's guns or climate or whatever it is. You think it's just money? You think money? You think money does it? Or threats, extortion? You play along with us, or this comes out. When Bill Clinton was on the phone with Monica Lewinsky, yammering and having phone, who picked up on that? What do you think those things are? You don't think that? You don't think that? So extortion and trafficking. So let me tell you what happened recently. A rapporteur from the UN recently said that the notion of the sex industry, sex trade, is nothing more than human trafficking and a derogation of human rights, and it's slavery. And the left is going nuts. But it's not just the left. The overarching group, the shadow government that runs the world, remember, loves trafficking. Trafficking is the greatest thing. It's the greatest form of money there is. Christian Janus, by the way, our good friend, says, despite being a member of Congress since 2007, none of the 53 pieces of legislation Jim Jordan has introduced have become law. Well, thank you, Christian. Details. Thank you, my friend. But he puts on a good show. You know, Trump likes him because he was a wrestler. Yeah, buddy, he was a wrestler. Great, whatever. Okay. But for the longest time, the left, remember, shadow governments at the top. Bradley says, best slogan for 2024, T is a businessman. Yeah, well, yeah. Mine is, do you want 4 more years of this blank? That's it. That's all I ask people. Don't even say, do you want 4 more years of this? That's it. So at the very top, thank you, Brad. At the very, very top, shadow government. So what do they have? They have Hollywood. First, have you noticed how many of these Hollywood sickos have so many of their kids who are trans and transgendered and non-binaries? Do you understand that? Do you understand what's happening? This is how demented these people are. Hollywood has sold their families like chattel slavery since the beginning of time, since the days of Clara Bow and Charlie Chaplin and Shirley Temple. Go down the list. Ask Brooke Shields. Ask what happens. Ask what happens to kids in Hollywood. Ask. They have, when you sell your soul, you talk about Kafkaesque, when you talk about, selling your soul, when they say, do you want stardom? Yes. Do we have you? You have me. You love Satanism. I personally don't believe in it, but you love it. So, okay, fine. The perfect analog to Satanism is this, Bohemian Grove and all this stuff. Do you want, I will give you fame. You will never have to worry about ever anything again. Look at Oprah. Why is Oprah a billionaire? Because we say she is. Oprah's she is our queen disciple. She's the headmistress. Remember this woman, what was her name? Abramowitz. Remember that? Remember the spirit cook? Remember that one? She was around for a while and then they finally said, look, you're too creepy for us. Beat it. Remember that one? If she's not a witch, I don't even know what was. We have Oprah. Tyler Perry, that particular. We have Rock. We have all these stars. Did you see Ben Affleck and how much is her house worth, honey? What, $80 million? Where did they get this from? Diddy. He had like how many properties? He owns nothing. Where does he get this money from? We'll take care of you. We're in charge of companies. The money means nothing. It's the power people want. Henry Kissinger wasn't a billionaire. Henry Kissinger had more power than anybody. Henry Kissinger had more power than Bill Gates, Bezos, any of these people. He wasn't a billionaire. Those people are clowns. I am telling you right now, I don't believe for a moment they are as rich as they say they are. Not at all. The shadow government loves to put people into position to act as though they do certain things. The story of the internet. The whole, Zuckerberg. Hey, I'm just a cool guy at Harvard, and I have this great way of, meeting people, and maybe we'll get together and, I'll call it Facebook. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, right. You believe that? That was in QTEL. That was DARPA. This was it was the cover story. We'll take care of you. You got to be the front man because the government today, what Orwell missed in today's dystopian society is that the government doesn't do anything. They have people do it for you through proxies. The government never did anything during COVID to shut you up. Social media did. Universities did. Employers did. Government didn't do that. Fauci said, I never told you to do that. During HUAC, House Un-American Activities Committee. They always said, well, we never did anything. We never blacklisted. That was the studios. They blacklisted. Government never blacklisted. Dalton Trumbo was, but we didn't do it. The studio did. Yeah, but who told the studios to do it? Well, that's a different story. It's a different story. So right now, there's all these people there. So this UN now is saying, wait a minute, what? We have to maintain this idea, and it takes a long, steady course of menticide, of brainwashing. Children are just like adults. Everybody. Children are just like adults. Repeat after me. Follow the bouncing ball. Children are just like adults. Let's change the consent laws. Let's change the consent laws. Here's one for you. You're not going to be seeing this one. You're not going to be seeing this one. State law provides minors as young as 13 can consent to certain medical or surgical care. There you go. Where is this one? I think age of consent. They want to change that. I think it's New Jersey. Let me see something here. Yeah. Let me see. Just a minute. Oh, that's coming right now. Let me see this. Anyway, I'll get back with you on that one. Anyway, make a long story short, I'm going to give you the right citation for that. So little by little, things are changing. And we have all of our people in, like Angelina Jolie, and we get this one, and all of these actors and actresses who have kids who are non-binary and trans. Isn't that weird? I think it's weird. Where'd that come from? I don't know. Isn't that strange? It sure is. The odds of that. I know. Wow. Why would they be more prone to having kids who were transgendered? You don't think they're pushed into that, do you? No. But just think about this. Transgendered kids, it's not impossible, but it's certainly not something that is that common. But yet in the Hollywood community, unbelievable. And by the way, Hollywood is dissolving before your very eyes. So they're part and parcel. They're part of this group. They're part of that the not the Illuminati, as you would say, but the illuminated, the stars. Look at us. I'm John Legend. I'm, all these people that nobody cares about, but they, in their own mind, they think they still matter. You have actresses talking about, oh, I love my abortion. They are paid. Be our spokesperson. We will take care of you. Don't worry about your career. Look at Ben Affleck. He hasn't made a movie. What? Bored? What is this? Money like you cannot believe. Play along. We always take care of our people. Just don't turn on us. Don't turn on us. That's it. Just make sure you do it. And when we want something, remember, we'll come to you. We may want you, and we may want your children. So the sooner, the more kids you can turn over, the more you can indoctrinate, the more whose own moments of perhaps confusion you might be able to accelerate. It'll work out for you in the long run. Think that's crazy? Not at all. So what happens? All of a sudden, this reporter says that child sex, and they think, oh, no. What's going on here? What is happening? Then you have the left, and you have, again, the UN. And so, that was our thing. The ICJ against Netanyahu, Hamas, of course, and Israel. Wait a minute. Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa, stop. Then you have the left here in this group, the left. You've got people who are saying, hey, that Amy Goodman's making sense. And she is now agreeing with Judge Napolitano and McGregor. And wait a minute, what? Everything is changing, primarily because of the issues themselves, but the internet, because of digital platforms. You hear that? You hear that? Crickets. Crickets. What I just told you right now, I could go into any Republican club, organization, and Democrat if I could find one. I can go to anywhere, lay it all out for them, and they'll say, "What are you talking about? I need bumper sticker, 3-word, boom, boom, boom. That's it. That's it. 3 words. Cookie cutter, echo chamber, playbook, bumper sticker. Just give me something I need something I can put on my Facebook, a little thumbnail. Can you have a film or a picture? A Ukrainian flag? No. Anything? Israel flag? No. What about American flag? Oh, never. Never. It's one thing the Democrats ever do. The American flag, everybody else's flag, Israel flag, no problem, Ukrainian flag, everybody's flag, the gay flag, the Black Lives Matter flag, this flag, the American flag, never, ever. Now, the Republicans are nothing but flags, but with no substance. Meanwhile, in the middle, there's a group of people who need to come forward and say, okay, now we're going to do some talking now. And we're going to advance some more complicated causes here because we have some issues nobody's talking about. I'm going to say this again till I can't say it anymore. Geoengineering and spraying, not chemtrails. Never call it chemtrails. Never, ever call it chemtrails. We don't call it chemtrails. Not chemtrails. Do you understand what I am saying? It is not chemtrails. That is deliberately parked into the world as a conspiracy theorist. Geoengineering, that's it. And they admitted, oh yeah, well, wait a minute. You were calling it the wrong thing. It's geoengineering. They never talk about that. AI, AGI, nobody talks about. Nobody. You have no clue. They think it's a robot or something. They think it's a robot. They have no clue. That is an existential threat. UFO talk, they don't have to worry about anything because you'll never get past it because people just laugh about it and nobody's really interested. And they keep putting the same, they'll throw out the gatekeepers like Neil deGrasse Tyson and others out there, just Brian Cox and all those, just go out and just confuse people with that. That's a huge issue. This is an issue, by the way, about humanity. So in the meantime, that's where we are right now. So we need to start from scratch. I need to start from scratch. I need to go back to the beginning and retool, retrain, re-educate, and refamiliarize Americans with what's going on. And when it comes to free speech, oh my God, you could forget that. That thing is so done. It's not, we have lost free speech for so long because not necessarily at the hand of the government, but because of civilian free speech violations and the like. It's incredible. Incredible. Look what they did to Mike Lindell. Again, look what other people, they don't care. Once they go, oh, it's the pillow guy. Wait a minute, that's an American citizen. But you know what? He's still standing. All right, dear friends, it's time yet again to hail and salute our great friends at MyPillow.com. And if you use promo code Lionel, you get a free gift. No purchase necessary. And yes, I know. A free gift. It's a tautology. So sue me. But first, listen. Check out their $25 extravaganzas. Listen to this. Premium MyPillows. King and Queen. MyPillow 2.0. MyPillow bed sheets. The lowest prices ever. Sandals, slides, and slippers. 6-piece towel sets. 4-pack dish towel sets. Simply and absolutely the best. It is unbelievable. So go to mypillow.com/Lionel or call 800-645-4965 and watch how fast Mike answers the phone. MyPillow.com, promo code Lionel. MyPillow.com, promo code Lionel. Simply the best. Simply and absolutely the best. We have a debate coming up, and people are talking about the debate, and that's great. Raul says, "Will the shadow government back Trump?" Um, it's a good question. The answer is not really back, but there's only so much it can do, and it exists no matter what. It rocks and rolls. It may need. Remember, Trump retunes what's going on. What do I mean by that? Trump reminds people of what Trump stands for, and that makes these people crazy. Let me go back to something that Mrs. L has suggested, and I agree with her. Do you believe that if the shadow government had wanted, they could have allowed Hillary Clinton to have won in 2016? The answer is yes, absolutely. They could have fixed it. Nobody would have. It was tighter than people thought. The polls showed that she was ahead. Nobody would have suspected anything, but they didn't want that. They could have done it, but they didn't do it. They wanted him. The 4 years that followed with him and the time that led up changed America like you can't believe. It created it and fermented and fomented Trump derangement syndrome. It was this new iteration of lunacy on the part of these people who just came out of nowhere. I mean, came out of nowhere. These people. And that laid the groundwork for borders, trans, Leah Thomas, COVID, minimalism, free speech minimalism, everything. None of this could have occurred. None of this could have occurred had Hillary Clinton had Hillary Clinton won. Trump was important. Trump was critical. Trump was critical to drive people nuts. Plus, it allowed the shadow government to sharpen up their sharpen up their stools, sharpen their swords and tools to go after him. They learned everything in the book, from the emoluments clause to twice impeachment to four criminal charges, which have had no effect whatsoever, plus 2 civil cases, all trying to bankrupt and destroy him. They unloaded and unleashed on him. So they got good at it. He was like their tackling dummy. He was their tackling dummy. He was critical. None of this could have happened had Hillary Clinton won. So they needed Trump. They needed him. They actually needed him. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. Remember, the shadow government is not just here, but it's all over the world. And it meanders. It benefits no matter what. So that's what's incredible. By the way, last night we had Mrs. L and I had such a wonderful time speaking with you. We loved it. It was so much fun talking about air. We watched Airport, the first one with Van Heflin. We were so into that thing last night. It was so bad. It was actually good. Dean Martin, Barbara Hale as the cuckolded wife. Incredible. By the way, dear friends, this is Mrs. L's YouTube channel. I want everybody watching to go to Lynn's Warriors. Just click this tube, this channel here. Click this. Click. Bigsby says, last night's stream was a banger. And I hope that's good. Any event, her efforts, her words have been nothing but incredible. And so fulfilling and so motivating. So follow her one more time. At Lynn's Warriors. All right, dear friends. It's a nice 83 degrees. It's going to be hot and sweltering. Mrs. L and I are going to be tooling about. We'll be back this evening at 7. Make sure you're subscribed to Lionel Nation and the new one, Lionel Legal. Have you signed up for that one? That's my legal channel, Lionel Legal. We're going to be pumping information out all day long. The one I did yesterday was what do you do and what not to do when you get arrested. A word to the wise. All right, dear friends, have a great and a glorious day. Thank you again so much for being not who you are, but what you appear to be. Until the next time, my friends, remember these words: the monkey's dead, the show's over, sue ya, ta ta.